Okay.
My name is Rita Maniotis. I am with the Wisconsin Greens, but I worked on a proposal for the 2026 annual national meeting to take place in Chicago. I worked with Safia Mahajbin, and she is in a meeting right now. I'm supposed to text her and have her join us so that she can chime in with all the Cook County Greens that are in the room with her right now. Um, I'm just going to tell them we are just starting. Welcome, everybody. I know that you guys are really in tune with Zoom. You're really getting to know how the Zoom works and how it works with your life and everything. But I'm here to propose that our next annual meeting be in person in Chicago at the University of Chicago, or Illinois at Chicago, the East Campus. So I want to show you, first of all, where this campus is in Chicago. And let me just uh, hide this so that I can see it. Okay, so UIC, which is called, UIC is right near the loop. It's just on the west side of the loop. As you can see in the north east corner, the Union Station, that's kind of the end of the loop over there. And that's where all the trains come in, Amtrak, all the buses. And it's right next to 290, which is a huge east-west thoroughfare. There are all those little white dots that are on the highway there. Those are train stops, the L. And so it is right on a train stop. And the building that we would be using is just a block south of the highway and that train stop. So it is in a very advantageous position in Chicago. And Chicago's pretty, it's considered kind of the center of the nation, although it's not really. It's more east, but anyway. And I believe that it's really important to have in-person meetings. But before I get to the in-person meetings, I do want to go to and share some of what we had put together. I worked with Thea Ward, who was wonderful at UIC. She bent over backwards to give me all kinds of help with a proposal. She actually gave me two proposals, and she did this beyond her work hours. She gave me first a Cadillac proposal that was like $28,000 to start with, and it was way too expensive for us. So I went back to her and I said, you know, what could we do? And she said, oh, there's another set of rooms you could use for much less. And it worked out perfectly. So it was much less expensive. They also will cater to us since the dorm in the summertime doesn't ever have breakfast because they don't really have any kids to speak of. As long as we have a good amount of people there, 100 people, they are going to make sure that we have all the meals that we need. And they're all served at the venue where the meetings are. So it's very convenient. So the workshop, all the workshops would be in the tower rooms. It's all in the same building. You don't have to cross campus except for to get to the dorm. It's possible to have hybrid meetings. We could, um, and there's all kinds of accommodations for people with disabilities, with meal preferences. They're going to have all kinds of options for us. We asked about every little detail. So, um, the Chicago itself has two airports, Midway and O'Hare. They're all accessible by train. The trains go right to them. It's the transit cost isn't much, so it's a very convenient place to be. And let's see, it's also a huge metropolitan area. So I'm going to share my other screen. It's a huge metropolitan area that has, it's very close to Indiana and some population over there from Wisconsin. Um, there are lots of suburbs, so it draws from a huge area, and there would be a lot more participants that are just getting to know the Green Party that would come just for the day, in addition to the Greens coming from around the country. Um, I'm trying to get Sophia.
Hey,
I'm going
Brittany,
to
how are
ask
you?
if she can. Oh, Sophia, are you there?
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, okay. So do you want me to start on why Chicago?
Sure. Start on Why Chicago.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Safia. I'm the chair of the Cook County Green Party, which includes Chicago. And here with me is,
My name is Timmy Pappas. I am a co-chair of the Illinois Green Party, and I'm also the treasurer for Cook County.
all right. So, oh, do you want to say anything?
No, it sounded like I was the treasurer of Cook County. No, of the Cook County Green Party.
Yeah, one day, Timmy.
Well, there is a woman with my same last name as me who is the treasurer.
Okay.
That's true.
So here in Chicago, um, I imagine the ANM 2026 coming to Chicago as being the start of a new Green Party, the future of the Green Party here. So in Cook County, we have been working on what does it mean to engage locally with Chicago. We've been working on building out a platform, a political platform that is for Chicagoans and people in Cook County. As we've been doing this, we've been engaging with a lot of value-aligned stakeholders. Many of them have never heard about the Green Party before, but when we talk to them about our vision and our values, they become extremely excited and want to keep working with us. And so we've had a lot of success talking to environmental justice organizations, other third parties, and people who are just tired of the political status quo. And so increasing Green Party presence and bringing Green Party nationally to Chicago would be a great boon for us to show the partnerships that we've built over the last year or so, and that we'll continue to build, how strong Green Party presence is. Green Party taking over Chicago in a sense and showing our presence, I think would be very strategic. I'm not getting audio. All previous meetings were fine. Oh, can you not hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was just reading a comment in the chat. So I think that having the ANM 2026 in Chicago would make a big mark on not just Chicago, but nationally. Chicago being the third largest city in the US. Oh, thank you, Jake. It being the third largest city in the US, it's centrally located right in the heart of America. And even more so, UIC as a venue, the university that we'd be hosting it at, is centrally located with major transit feeding in to the university. And it would allow any participants coming in person a gateway to travel around the city and to get to other meetings, events, and networking with other organizations here. So it would definitely be an opportunity to bring people nationally to come here and connect and network with other Green Party members, but also to stretch their wings and to meet with union organizers, other left wing and third party organizations, and other organizations that the Green Party represents. Sorry, I'm reading through this a little bit, making sure I didn't lose anything. And Chicago is a very diverse city. It's over 60% non-white. And it has the largest Palestinian diaspora in the country. And a lot of these organizations, a lot of these groups are actually very politically active. In Chicago, there's every ward has its own independent political organization. And most of the time they've been working with Democrats. But as we've gotten into conversation with them, they're very open to third party, including Green Party. So there's a lot of independent political organizing happening in Chicago that I think we as Green Party folks can learn from, engage with, and leave Chicago having a new vision of what's possible in America. I see Chicago as a microcosm of what is possible for third parties and for Green Party. And the activism and the organizing we're seeing here and the political hunger for a political alternative, I think would be a great place for us to be present in and to engage in and to network in.
Fantastic. Thank you, Safia.
Thank you all.
Any questions for Safia about this? I am not.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Justin Paglino here. I see you'd mentioned that some hybrid component might be possible, and I wanted to ask about that. You know, the vote for this is going to end August 10th, and I think that a major concern for a lot of people is accessibility and some people's inability to be able to travel to Chicago. So the more of a hybrid component can be offered, I think the really more easily this could pass and gets, you know, it's hard for me not to get excited about an in-person meeting, but, and the way you guys have laid it out, it looks very enticing, but I just worry about people who are unable to travel. I've been able to pull off like a hybrid chapter meeting with just a laptop and a Bluetooth speaker and using my phone as a camera. Now, I know that you know, it's not straightforward and it would require some equipment, especially if there's multiple meetings or workshops going on at the same time. You need a separate setup in each room. I don't know. I saw in your slide you mentioned you might need a large screen TV. That I understand might be for people in the room to see the people on the Zoom, but I think if you bypass that requirement, it might be a little easier. The most important thing I think is for people in the Zoom to be able to hear what's going on, to be heard, and to see what's going on. Less so than for the people in the room to be able to see the Zoom participants. If we bypass that part, a hybrid could be set up. But I'm just wondering what resources you have, if you have any individuals who are somewhat tech savvy on your team that would be able to kind of put together or have put together maybe a plan of how we could make this hybrid and make it accessible for people who are unable to travel. Thanks.
Okay, I'll address that. We do have tech people there since we are volunteering to do most of the sessions, the tech sessions ourselves, the workshops ourselves through our own tech. We would need more volunteers than we have now, but all of the sessions would be live streamed for sure. So at least people who are not there could see the sessions and hear the sessions. The problem with hybrid comes in mostly with people online hearing people in the larger rooms because sometimes they have microphones in the ceiling. I found in the University of Wisconsin when we've had hybrid meetings, state meetings, we always have our state meetings hybrid. But hearing people that are in the room when you're online is sometimes a barrier. But it is possible, you're right, to have hybrid meetings. And we're not promising that every single session would be hybrid, but we would try to have most sessions be hybrid. But it is, I wanted to get back to, let me see if I can go to my other slide that I had before. Hold on a second. Let me minimize this so that I can get back to my,
Oh, Rita,
there.
I'll just add on that
Yeah.
in Cook County, we have a number of new members who are younger and also IT professionals in their day jobs. So we definitely have members who are competent enough to figure something out for free and help us make the experience as hybrid as possible.
Could
Great.
I just add, sorry, one more thought.
Mm-hmm.
I just because the voting is going to be going on for another week, I would encourage you to help the vote go in favor, to put out something on the NC list, just clarifying that you have, you know, what you're telling me, that you have hopes of being able to do, certainly at least the live streaming, but also possibly some hybrid. I just think it'll help to sell the meeting, because like I said, it's hard for me not to get excited about meeting in person. I just think that
Mhm.
that's going to be a concern for people, and if you alleviate that concern on the national committee votes list, I think it'll go far.
Okay, it is in the report though, too. Did people get the report or not? Did people get the proposal? Because if you didn't, I can put a link to it. I think it's an online link that I can put in the chat. But before I do that, because I don't want to stop sharing right now, I wanted to go into the advantages of in-person meetings over just having a virtual meeting. I know people have gotten kind of used to it now, but those of us that have been to in-person meetings before, in-person annual national meetings, it's just an unparalleled networking experience. You have the time to talk to people, meet people you never would otherwise, make connections with local groups and activists that are tabling there, or that are coming just to check you out. You have a chance to socialize. Eating and celebrating with people is a wonderful way just to build relationships. And you learn about the area, you learn about the issues in that region, the ecological issues, the social issues. Um, there's less distractions. And with what's going on around you, like for instance, when I was a room host yesterday, they started cutting down the tree next door, and I didn't know that they were going to do that. So it can be a problem. Um, so in-person meetings just offer a lot of concentration on exactly what we're all here for, which is to grow the Green Party. It's easier, actually, a person, Adam from Utah, was in a session yesterday saying that he has a disability, a sight disability, and he said that it's easier for him to be in person than to be online to understand what's going on in the meetings and to keep up with everything. It also energizes the local party that is hosting, and that doesn't happen online. The ability for hybrid or quasi-hybrid, like I was saying, sessions that exists, and it's, you know, it has existed for a long time. And all the sessions for sure will be live streamed. Like for instance, this last session that we heard Miko Palid, there were no questions. There was nothing from the audience. It's basically a live streaming situation. So that is possible with any in-person meeting. And the Green Party can be highlighted by local media if it is in person. It's not going to happen if it's online. You're not going to see news reports about it. So I think that it's really important. And in Chicago, we have connections with media. Even like there's a Sun-Times reporter that's, when I was chair of Cook County Greens years ago, he would always call me up and say, "What's going on with the Green Party?" So there are connections with the mainstream media in Chicago. So you have any questions? Because I'm thinking that Chicago 2026 would be a fantastic venue, and I'm hoping that people will vote for it. I'm going to put the link to the final proposal that I received I'm assuming that all delegates received it through your email. I'm sure Tamer sent it out. But I'm also going to put, let's see, how could I do this so that everybody could get it? I'm going to stop sharing here and go to my,
It's
go
also
to my,
available on the votes page when you go to look at
is
the,
it on the votes page?
yeah.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about that too much. But anyway, I would love to hear from anybody else. I see a hand up. Doonan, you want to speak or ask to unmute? Okay. We still can't hear you. You're still muted or for some reason.
There we go.
There you go, David Duden.
Yeah, sorry, I came in a little bit late, so my apologies if you've already addressed this. But at the past in-person meetings, wherever it was held, there was always at least one person from the location, usually university, who is dedicated to provide tech support for us. Would it be the same situation at the University in Chicago?
So we are required to, for certain rooms, to pay a person to be there. So yes, we would have people for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday, we're just going to handle the workshops ourselves because it's in rooms where we don't need that tech person, and we'll just handle the tech ourselves.
Okay, thank you. Over.
Rita,
Yes.
I can answer some of your questions.
Oh, Tamara, I didn't see you that you were there.
Hold on.
I've been sick, so that's why I'm
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
kind of off. So,
We need time
the
for our
proposal, the
resume.
final proposals are going to be in the vote when it comes out. They're PDFs. So if you don't have a PDF, Rita, you don't have the final. And if it's
Oh, I have a PDF.
okay,
got it.
then that's fine. The PDFs are the final proposals. So you can put that link in there. People can still see it, but
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, I mean, go ahead, but they will be in the proposal itself. And after this presentation, I am sending an email out to everyone that clarifies some of the things that were online and some of the questions that have come up with both virtual and in person. So
Okay.
everybody will get an email as well, plus the proposal, plus if you're putting the link in, they can get it now. Or I think they can still get it. I think they can get it now in the proposal itself.
Can you put it in the chat? Because I have it in my I just took it out of my downloads file and I'm not sure I can
I don't know if I can or not.
get to my email. Well, I'll just open an email window and get to that. Other questions? Can somebody just ask people to pipe up while I look for this? Well,
I'm happy to answer any questions about Chicago. If anyone has anything.
or concerns about doing an in-person meeting?
I think the most important thing is to give people options. Because we have the capability of making it as hybrid as possible. People who can't make it in person, I think can be accommodated reasonably. But folks who do want to have it in person, I think Chicago would be a great place. Do both
It's
and.
just, it's a zip file. Sorry, it's nothing that I can put a link in for.
And we can't, we'll get, everybody will get a chance
Yeah.
to see the proposals,
Sorry.
both of them, because they're going to be in the vote itself. So, and then I'll try to put them in the email that I send out later.
Okay,
And-
I appreciate that.
And Tama, the link that's in there now in the votes page is incorrect. It goes to a Google folder, not to the proposal. When you click on the link under Chicago
Okay.
proposal.
We'll
Okay.
straighten it out before the vote starts. The vote doesn't start till Monday morning.
Okay. And basically what you're going to see is this PDF with the financial plan and then at the bottom it gives all the prices of all the rooms and the entire meeting cost, which includes steering committee members, the except for their travel costs. So anyway,
We
Rita,
will, we'll get
Craig
it out.
has
I
to
think
go.
we need to go to the virtual now too, so that
yeah, sure.
Esme gets a chance. But both proposals will be correct when you get the vote, the notice to vote.
And we have another question, Craig. Go ahead, Craig.
You need to go.
Hi, everyone. I'll make it real quick. So in New Jersey, since the pandemic, we've had hybrid meetings. It does require obviously having someone to have the ability to stream in the room you're holding that meeting or that segment or whatever portion, and then having obviously the Zoom on the screen. But we were able to do that. And every meeting since the pandemic, we've been hosting hybrid meetings. Obviously, I'd be they're attending next year, and I'd be happy to assist in any capacity with web and with whoever's running this in Chicago.
That's awesome. Craig,
Thank
can you
you.
give your contact information?
Thank
Sure,
you.
of course, I'll put it in chat.
Thank y'all. We need to get Esme on for the virtual proposal now.
Sure.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Great. I want to thank the Chicago presenters for giving such an informative and graceful presentation that I'm sure we are absolutely not all divided on as a group. We are in total unanimous agreement about every single detail. Not really. That's why I'm here. I'm here to present, just say a couple quick words about the virtual option. Number one, I want you all to look around you for a second. There's only 3 people on screen, and don't do this literally in your place. You'll be disappointed. But I want you to look on this meeting right now and just see where everybody is coming from. Because we got people from all over the place, all over the United States here. And I think that that is something that is uniquely possible with with a virtual meeting. Not just having, people maybe a majority from one little geographic area like the Midwest, and maybe a couple people who have the privilege or the ability to travel. You also have people who are able to join in who might be newer to the party, who might not have the connections yet. You have people who are able to be here who have families to take care of, who have children to take care of, who have money problems where they might not be able to go and travel like this. Easton, Pennsylvania. I'm from Easton, Massachusetts. That's a really funny coincidence. But anyway, I think that to that point, the virtual meeting presents an opportunity to get more people involved, a lot more people involved. Travel is obviously very expensive, in some cases prohibitively so, whereas a virtual meeting would allow the most people possible to get in on the action, get in on the fun, and really organize with breakout rooms. I grew up in during the COVID pandemic. I was in my last 2 years of high school. For a year and a half, I had to do Zoom classes. And that showed me how we could build an environment where people were very sociable, but also where, work was being done and productivity was being done. I think the financial element of this is also really big because in-person events are obviously very expensive and they require a lot of fundraising. They require a lot of, commitment, both with your time and your energy, but also with your money. Whereas a virtual meeting, it requires a lot less in terms of a setup. You can have a couple of computers, people who are designated as hosts. They can set up the meetings. They can run everything from their computers. And obviously, you'll have some staff in the background, but those are really the only costs that we have, unless we want to pay like some speakers like an honorarium or something. But at the end of the day, this is a much better option for cost friendliness, both for state parties, but also for members as a whole. And just my final quick point here is that I think that this virtual option has the opportunity to get a lot of young people involved. I'm the MediaCom chair of the Youth Caucus, of the Green Party Youth Caucus, and I see a lot of virtual participation from our members. that ultimately would not be possible if we were just doing in-person organizing, because these members, you know, may be newer to the Green Party. They might be interested in just popping in and seeing what's up and going, oh, wow, I could get involved with this. And it would be a great opportunity not only for new members who are younger to be joining in on these virtual sessions because they don't have to worry about, you know, travel or costs or anything like that, but it's also a great opportunity to get younger members involved in the planning of these conferences and the planning of these events, because you know, 2026, even if we do have a virtual event in 2026, we could still have an in-person event in 2027 or 2028. And if we were able to do a virtual event, then what we could do is we could also have this incredible group of people who had been on that virtual event who could help us out with the hybrids in 2027 or 2028, or could help us out with in-person organizing. We're giving people more responsibility this way. That's not to say that we wouldn't be giving any responsibility to young people at the in-person conference. I'm sure there are tons of people in Chicago. I've been to Chicago twice. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I would definitely love to come there a third time, and I really appreciate y'all over there for being willing to put this on. But I would just say that before we talk about, you know, the in-person planning and the in-person event, accessibility, that's a major theme of our party. Diversity, that's another major theme of our party. And a commitment to uplifting young people. Those are three things that we can do equally, if not better, virtually. That's all I got. Does anybody have any questions?
I'd like to respond to what
Please.
Esme said. Esme, I hear you, but that's the whole point of having hybrid options, right? It's about giving people
Yeah.
both and, right? So the people that want to convene together in person, which we haven't done in 5 or more years, it gives them that option to come together and to be their full selves and to give them their full selves during that time. But for folks who can't make it for whatever reason, whether it be because of difference in ability or financial reasons or other life commitments, we understand that, and that's why we'll try our best to make the meeting as hybrid friendly as possible. And as I've said, we have a large wave of new membership who are younger. So I hear you on bringing in young people. In Chicago, the majority of our members are actually young, under 30. So in terms of tech support and getting other young people involved, that's more than welcome. You're talking about getting other people involved in organizing. I think that is going to be needed, whether we do that in Chicago or do that virtually. We need all hands on deck. It's not just going to be the people in Chicago or in Illinois that are going to be crucial to the success of ANM 2026. Just like Craig from New Jersey offered to help organize if it's in Chicago, we welcome other people to get involved as well. I think what you're saying, Esme, is what you can get if you do it in Chicago with the hybrid option and more for the people who want to be in person, for the people who want to organize in person, who want to meet other people, who want to be fully present. I think, and a lot of people, because of COVID, because of all of the things that we've experienced with the genocide, I think it's going to be really refreshing to see each other's faces, to be able to hug each other, take a picture with each other, go out for drinks afterwards, see the city, walk on the lake and talk about politics or anything else. I think in person is unmatched, really. But for the folks who would prefer a virtual option, the going with Chicago would give both, right? So we're offering in Chicago the best of both worlds.
We need to we need to pause this because the next meeting comes up in a few minutes. So
well,
we
thank
can
you all
debate
for your
this-
time. I put my email in the chat if anyone has any questions.
And we can debate this online
Sure.
after
Or
people read
exchange
both
online.
proposals.